Hello everyone. So this next video is going to be on how to introduce your partner into what you do spiritually if they don't follow your path. If you have a partner that is open-minded, it is such a gift. It is such a gift. If you have a partner that is pagan, that's wonderful. Or a partner that's a witch, a fellow witch, that's wonderful. But if you have a partner that doesn't practice what you practice, but is open-minded to what you do and would like to learn, that is such a gift. Because now you get to share your experience and strengthen your bond with your spirituality while also bringing in your partner and strengthening your bond with them and incorporating spirituality into that. I think that is such a gift. So I do have my notes because the last video was a shit show because I didn't have any notes. So I have my notes this time so I can at least stick to like a guideline and follow that all the way down to the bottom so I don't start having a million ideas and thoughts bringing me into a million different directions. Okay, so do you have an open-minded partner willing to learn more about your path or is willing to participate? That's another thing. Like to have a partner that is not only open-minded to learn more, but is willing to participate in what you are doing. It's such a gift, you know? Here are some things that you can do to include your partner and to really introduce the world of witchcraft or paganism to them. Talk about your path, how you practice, and what you believe in. This is best done when there are no interruptions. You're not in the middle of watching a TV show together. Don't wait for the commercials to talk about this. This is a conversation all in itself because it's important that they understand and they see how passionate you are about this, about your path, how you feel about it. You want them to feel what you feel or how you feel about your path. Introduce to them different ways that you practice. So while you're having this conversation, teaching them at the same time is a good idea, even little bits. If they want to learn, make a couples study hour once a week. You don't want to overload them with information. This is huge. You don't want to go balls to the wall, like information overload. If they say that they are interested, you want to make it in smaller increments because you don't want them to get exhausted, especially if they have other things going on, like, you know, if they're working and they're trying to balance, you know, work and home life, if you guys have children together, even if you don't, kind of just dropping, you know, months worth of practice on them in one night can be exhausting. So start it like an hour a week. That'll give you the whole week to really decide and think about what you want to discuss in that hour and what you want that person to learn. Get their feedback. What do they want to learn? What do they want to know about? Have them write down questions for you. Have them give you some ideas on what they find interesting about your path. And this is where that conversation about your path comes in really handy because you might say something that's really going to spark an interest in them. I'd really love to know more about that. You know, so this will give you a place to start. Even before you start your couple's, you know, hours study group every week, have them really sit down. What do you want to learn? What do you want to know about my path? What are some things that you'd like to learn to do yourself? What are some things that you'd like to bring into your life? You know, I'm interested in different pantheons, deities. What are you interested in learning? And have them write out a list for you. That way you can plan your study weeks according to that list. Revise that list together because that may change over time. They might learn something and want to know more about that subject matter, like the different things that branch off that. So revise that list every week if you need to. Like, you still want to learn about this because we talk about this next week. Maybe they'll tell you, well, I'm kind of really interested in what we just talked about. If we could talk about that a little bit more. Revise that every week. Meditate with them. This can be a once a week. If meditating is your thing, and meditating is not for everybody, but if meditating is your thing, introduce meditation to them. Do start off small, because, we are not all professional, like, can have meditate with no problem. I can tell you, when I first started, I was doing 5-minute meditations because I could not maintain my focus. I couldn't get into that space, well, number one, because I was very misinformed that I had to clear my mind and pretty much shut it off. Not possible. I had to learn on my own that I just had to, like, let the thoughts really come in and just flow out. You can't shut your mind off. So making sure that they understand this, when they go into meditating, and keeping it short and sweet, making sure that it is a short meditation session. Start with maybe guided meditations. If you like to write, if you enjoy, creating things, you can pre-record your own guided meditation and then play it for you both to meditate to. So you can even do it that way, where you can take some of the knowledge that you have and create a guided meditation that you both can do together. Be patient and understanding. This is a huge, huge thing. There comes a point where they might be busy, a little extra busy. They might be a little extra tired. They might not be, maybe you have a partner that doesn't outwardly express something, and so it looks like they're uninterested or they're bored. Even if they are, be patient with them. And this is why it's good to revise that list every week, because you want them to maintain interest. You want them to learn things at their pace, just as you had to learn things at your pace as well. So be understanding to their needs and be patient to the time that it takes for them to learn anything that they are interested in learning. As much as you want to teach them, let them tell you what interests them. Make it a point to let them freely express what they're connected to. So if you are willing to bring your partner into your practice and to almost be a teacher or a guide to them, to finding this path, or to practice with them, it's important for you to find out the things that they are connected to. Because if your partner isn't feeling connected to anything that you practice, they are not going to want to continue this. So it's important that you find out what they like. What do you like the meditations? What pantheon are you drawn to? For instance, I love anything Egyptian. I'm fully committed to the Egyptian pantheon. I don't work with any other one. I love Egyptian music. I meditate to Egyptian music sometimes. I would feel really thrown off if I was meditating with someone else and they threw on, Greek music. I'd be like, it wouldn't be hard for me to meditate, but, if we could come to an agreement that we find something that is neutral, in the neutral area, so maybe just some, orchestra music, maybe classical music, maybe, just sounds of nature, finding a neutral zone to meditate to. But this goes far beyond meditation. Really finding the things that they are connected to, really making sure that you make them so comfortable in this process that they can freely express to you what they are looking for, what they are feeling connected to, what they're not feeling connected to, what they don't understand and they'd like to know more about. So it's really important to make them feel that comfortable. You can practice Sabbath rituals together. You can encourage them to participate. So, for instance, if you're doing a Sabbath ritual, as I kick my table, if you're doing a Sabbath ritual and have them come in and witness it the first time. Don't have them participate the first time. Like, listen, I don't want to throw you into it. So how about you come and you watch the ritual and see how you feel about it. Have them join you and be in your space and enjoy their company. And they see what this looks like. They see how this feels, because they may have some misconceptions about what this path is if they've been raised in a different, religious type of upbringing or whatever. So let them observe And then it's important afterwards, after they've observed your ritual, to talk about it afterwards. How did you feel about that? Is there anything that you would have added? Is there anything that you didn't understand that I can explain? Having a conversation and fully engaging in what they want and what you can provide them. This is not about you. If you want to bring your partner in, it needs to be about us. And so it's not about what you want them to learn, what you want them to feel, what you want them. It cannot be an I thing. It has to be a we thing. And so you have to make sure that they feel comfortable about it. And then if they liked it and they felt good about it, have them participate in a small way the second time. Have them call in the quarters. Teach them how to do that. Teach them how to visualize the elements coming in. Have them do something like that, or light the candles while you call the quarters in. And last but not least, you can even do crafty things together, like grow herbs and flowers, excuse me, and harvest them together. So in the spring, you can discuss I'm just going to take a sip of a drink real quick, because if I don't, then I'm going to drink soda, which is so bad for you, but I don't care. As everybody gets a side profile of my face, drinking some very unhealthy soda. So if you guys have a discussion about what kind of herbs you want to grow in the spring, this could even then progress into a conversation about kitchen magic. If we cook a meal together and we use our harvested basil, maybe we could bring in money. Maybe we could increase our household money flow. Start small, of course, and as you're discussing what you want to grow in the spring, explain to them and teach them what each herb is good for, their properties, their directions, the element associations, things like that. Teach them along the way. And then when it's coming time to harvest them, you harvest them together, you dry them, you prepare them for use. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing to be able to work with your partner in, the world of magic and the world of spirituality. So I do hope that these ideas were useful, and I hope that you found the video itself useful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.